Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. We're on Farming Simulator 25, and we're on the PlayStation 5. So, polite request and reminder, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button before you leave, and also don't forget to share this channel and its content with everybody and anybody you can think of, whether you like them or not. It's fine, I'll deal with them. So, after the last video and the utter palaver that was using or trying to use the excavator and the wood chipper and so on and so forth. Like I said in that video, the only thing that I end up using is the wood chipper, and here it is. So this in itself was interesting because never used it before, never needed to use it before, don't even think it was a thing before. But anyway, going back to when I was playing on 22, and obviously everybody else as well, you may or may not have gone the whole route of making it as as realistic as possible, so it was like engine on and off kind of thing. So when I first fired this one up, it's like, okay, so where's the on button? Where's the off button? Why isn't it working? Yeah, and I could not, for love nor money, work out what is going on. I don't know. And so, maybe it's an automatic thing. So I'll cut some wood, and I will see if it works that way. No, not at all. And it was just annoying. I couldn't understand why this thing isn't working. It's like, where's the on-off button? Is it an automatic? Nope, not happening at all. Okay, fine. So I will get back in and turn it on. Now I'm sat in the truck and in the cab, and it's like, this can't be a thing. This cannot be a thing. You can't chop some wood, load up the hopper, get back into the tractor, and fire it up, and then hope that it works. It genuinely can't be a thing, honestly. And that's where I'm at the moment. I'm like, but because you can't even use the AI worker to just sit in the cab and run the engine, because they can only deliver or pick up, drop off and crash and get stuck. But they can't literally just sit where it's safe in the cab and run the engine for you. So I'm like, I don't understand, please. How is lumber working so difficult? And I'm getting properly like, oh, this is annoying. It's bad enough having to deal with the absolute shit show that is the graphics and the physics with the tree as it is. You pick up, you think, oh, there's a nice little log that I've cut. You pick it up, and magically coming out of the ground is about 12 foot in tree. And it's like, where the hell has this come from? What's going on? But that was another video. So anyway, again, shocker, I hope you're sat down for this. I asked for instructions and directions and help. I know, I'm getting good at this as well. Anyway, I went online and there's probably more than one out there, but it was literally the first YouTube video that I came across on how to get this damn thing to work, and it's from a channel, and the content owner creator is at never-too-old, ironically. So it's Never Too Old Gaming. I will leave the description of their channel because they helped me, so I'm more than happy to name drop them and so on and so forth, and I do that with everybody and anybody that I find helpful. Basically, this is what they've done. So what you do is you go into the settings, because like I said, at the moment, sit in the cab, you can turn the machine on, that's fine, but if you get out, it doesn't happen. So go into settings, go into your game settings, go down to the vehicle thing. Quick question, so while we're here, does anybody else get blocked as you're trying to scroll down? And then you have to sort of like go up and round the other way sometimes. It's weird. So anyway, go into vehicle settings, go to engine automatic off or shut off, and make sure it is off, because it's automatically on. So when you get into the cab, the engine turns on automatically, so forth. Now you have to manually turn the engine on. That makes it more immersive. It's really good. I wish I'd used it before, but I've been lazy. Never did it in 22, like I said. So the added benefit of it also being more immersive means that now you get out of the cab and it's working. The chipper is working. I am nowhere near it. I haven't got anybody else sat in there. The chipper is working because the engine is still running. So yes, many thanks to Never Too Old and probably whoever else has made those videos as well. Good on you. But I didn't know that was a thing, and I'm sure there are many, many, many people out there that also never thought that this was a thing, because to be honest, unless you're using this kind of thing, most kit, especially in 22, seem to do it automatically. You know what I mean? You didn't have to manually set things to run on their own. Now, one caveat, don't forget, obviously, that you now have this setting on, and I am leaving it on because I find it fun and more realistic. You have to obviously manually start the engine, obviously. So that's on the PlayStation, it's R1 square start engine, and the same to turn it off. Now the other thing, so you can get in and out, so if you get out of the tractor and run off, and I've already done this a couple of times, you think, hang on, what's that noise in the back? Oh bugger, I've left the engine running. So you got to go and turn it off. But also the lights, because I also did that as well. I came back into the barn the other day and I'm like, why are the beacons on? I'm like, oh shit. You have to manually make sure that anything and everything that you turn on now manually has to be turned off. Okay, so it's not just a case of, oh, I've turned the engine off, everything else turns off. No, it doesn't. No, it really doesn't. Which is really cool and more realistic again. And I genuinely wish that I had used that in 22. I might even go back and see if it is as useful in that version as it is in this one. But yeah, I just thought I'd add that to this video as a very quick how-to for anybody out there that hasn't done this or isn't aware that this is a thing. So I'm going to now go back into the rest of the video. I'm going to shut up. It's just me cutting wood and doing stuff and finally actually being able to do what I wanted to do originally. But now I've had to revert back to kind of plan A.2, just using the chainsaw. And yeah, so enjoy the rest of this video. I do hope this very first part has helped anybody like me was unaware of this being a thing, and just be aware of those little bits of extra. So if you are using the engine on and off thing, don't forget to turn the engine off, don't forget to turn the lights off. And yeah, so watch me do this. I'm doing wood chip. I'm not intending on making money off the wood, which is why I'm turning it into chip. Also if you've watched some of the other videos, you'll see how awful it was just trying to chuck it into a trailer and then take it all the way across the map just to sell it for a couple of grand. I might as well just wood chip it, pile it, and then do whatever I want to do with it later on. It's a shame you can't use it for bedding or something else. It is just something, the only thing that I've been able to work out is you sell it as biomass, which is fine, and we do that as well. So anyways, enjoy the rest of this video, see you at the other end, and we'll chat about what went on. Enjoy. See, when things are kind of working how you would hope they would work, it's actually an enjoyable time and it's an enjoyable session. It's when you have to struggle with weirdly laid out controls or physics that just leave you going, what the and and you even try and ignore the graphics. You shouldn't have to, and I'm not going down that road again. We've mentioned that multiple times. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so ultimately it is what it is, and it was fun. I mean, yes, that was annoying because it's like, oh blimey, I've got to cut. You know what I mean? But you've got to cut it down. Cutting the trees, oh my lord! And this just gets worse as well. It is hilarious. It really is. It's like you'll see in a bit where I know that I've got to cut them into smaller chunks so that they'll fit on the machine. So I do that, but when I'm now climbing along and I'll go along the top and I'll cut them down the middle as well, so trying to like quarter them almost, or at least half the sections, and it's like, so I'm cutting, go to pick them up, and then it's like I've magically managed to cut the one behind, so the one in front that I thought I'd cut was still intact and whole, and it's like, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? It's just weird, but it is what it is, and like I said, it was fun kind of thing. It's one of those ones where it has to be done. Well, it doesn't have to be done. It has to be done for me because I want to clear the area, and I managed to do it. And this turned out to be the only viable option that I could do without losing my sanity, and a controller through the window probably. So yeah, it is what it is. And look at this. Look. Seriously, I mean, it's laughable. It really is. It's just bizarre. Brand new game. Here we go. So cut it, and it's like that didn't do it. Magic. And yet it did it the one behind. Magic. So good. So clever. What can I say? Other than giants, you really do need to increase your quality control department, because they're either working with their eyes closed, practicing on a ZX Spectrum, or just non-existent. They generally are, because none of this type of shit should have got past the initial start, let alone actually onto a final game. You know what I'm saying? It's just awful, absolutely awful. But yeah, what it is, I'm not going to start another argument, because there are people out there that think, because it's a new game, you should give it a chance. No. I had this chat with somebody yesterday whilst doing this, and basically we both agreed, it shouldn't be a thing in gaming world. In reality, if this was a horse or a dog, you can understand. It's like, yes, okay, so I've got to put some years of effort and training and work, and then finally it will become a thing, a fully working, wonderful creature, that's amazing. But this is a computer game. This is not that kind of level. This is along the lines of, I go into a shop and buy a coffee machine. I put my coffee pods in and I want to have a cup of coffee, and it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? It's like, oh well, give it a chance. We'll send you through the post a way to fix it in about 6 months' time. But in the meantime, tough shit, just make do, boil the kettle, run the hot, that kind of thing, work around it. It's fine. It is what it is. You've given us the money. We don't give a shit. That's what this is like. I'm sorry, but it is. It's a computer game that has been released with clearly they know that these issues exist, because if they try and claim, oh well, we didn't know it was this bad, then what the actual chuff were you doing? You know what I mean? When you were creating this game, when you were finalizing this game, when you were tidying it up ready for release, what were you doing? Were you too busy going off on jollies, treating all your YouTube creators to bobbleheads, rather than actually spending more quality time making sure that this game was working properly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are issues in this game that were known issues in FS22, and I am not alone in saying this. I'm not alone in saying this. You can go online and you will see more people than not will agree. It's literally all you've done is you've ported over 90% of FS22 into this game, then cut bits off, added little bits, polished up a turd here and there, and put it out. And then again, you've just sat back, watched the money roll in, and then wait for the modders to do your work for you. And that's what this is all about. And again, I've said it on a previous video. Go and watch the Crazy Man from Ireland. He has said it on at least one or two of his videos where it's like, modders, you need to put your fingers up to giants, say, screw you. We're doing your work for you. We are making your game for you. So team up as a group of modders and make your own bloody game, because you'll do a damn sight better job than giants have done. Yeah, as like I said in my last video, giants have basically turned around and said, here's a sandbox game for you, here's a sandbox, enjoy it, but you'll have to bring your own sand and your own bucket and spade. You know what I'm saying? So it's not right. And it's not the only game. Honestly, it's not the only game. I mean, obviously everybody still goes on about Cyberpunk. I mean, that was probably the worst one on record. I mean, that was awful. But then you've got Bethiba or whatever they want to call themselves. Pretty much every single one of their games does the exact same thing. And more recently, Test Drive Unlimited, the Solar Crown thing. That's awful. I haven't played. I desperately wanted to play it, but then I watched all the reviews and everything, and it's like, I ain't touching that. I'm not going down that road. Not until that is well and truly fixed. And I don't even know if they're going to bother, from what I've seen. So this is my argument. My argument is it's across the board. It's not just this game. I'm more pissed off at this game because of the fact that I've basically paid 60 quid for the chance to play a beta testing game, which you go out there and there are games that are released that are brand spanking new, and they're like tiny unheard of companies and creations and gaming groups or whatever's, like indies, and they're amazing, they're brilliant, they're top quality, they're fantastic, and they're flawless. And then you get all of these, and I mean lots and lots of these AAA games that are released nowadays, and it's like they're just out for the money, because they know that people will buy this brand new game without even thinking about it, off the back of having played previous games, off the back of, I need to have this in my collection as part of the franchise kind of thing, and then it's like it turns out to be awful, or as bad as, it's like it shouldn't be bad. It's we're literally on the cusp of 2025. You know what I'm saying? So technology is out there that this kind of issues, and I'm talking about the crap graphics, the crap physics, stuff like that. It should not have even gone past quality control. So but they don't seem to care. It's like, we'll release this game that's substandard, and just wait for the modders to come along and fix it for us, because we're laughing. They've already patted themselves on the back saying they've had millions upon millions of dollars worth of sales already, and it's just awful. It really is, but anyway, it is what it is. I've said this enough times, and it just annoys me. It frustrates me why we're expected to spend this money knowing damn well that we can't even ask for a refund. We can't take this back to the shop and say, yeah, doesn't work. Can you give me another one that does work, please? Or I'll just have my money back. Because we can't even do that. You know? So, anyway. Yeah, you probably didn't enjoy the rest of this video, but I hope you did. It is what it is. And like I said, I gave up trying to even entertain the idea of using some of the other lumber equipment, and I'm definitely not going down that route anymore. Lesson learned, until maybe some new mods come out and make this game playable. So yeah, and like I said in the other game, I do believe that this is basically a game made for PC. And then they decided, how can we get more money out of it? Oh, I know, let's shoehorn it into a console creation, even though it's not going to work, and it's only like 2/3 of the game that it should be. Yeah, so I'm sorry, but you know, there are games out there that are released for console, and they're amazing, and they're awesome, and they're fantastic, and there's loads and loads of options and stuff that you can do. But for some reason it's like, nah, you know, they are literally just in it for the money now, and it's that obvious. Because do they pay all of these modders to make these mods and make their game better? I doubt it. Please tell me I'm wrong, and if I am wrong, I will make a public announcement and say, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I didn't realise that all these people that make the mods get paid for doing it and get paid for making Giants games better. But I doubt I'm wrong. Anyway, see you on the next one.